Hi, everybody. Welcome to our new moon reading. I'm so excited to do another one of these for you guys. We did a three-card spread yesterday, and you were encouraged to pick a card, whichever one drew you in, and this is the reveal for that. I just wanted to take a moment and just thank you for everyone who just encouraged me to do another one of these. The previous one was the first one I ever did, and y'all are just so freaking kind. Like, we'll talk a little bit about this today. Just kind of taking that step forward and allowing yourself time to kind of play a little bit. A lot of times, with as we become an adult, we put a lot of these restrictions on ourselves and a lot of these labels and everything, and just we really hinder our ability just to have fun and just to play. We like almost make it too serious. And so when we did these cards, and I'll get to those in a second, it really makes sense to everything, that the whole entire theme of this new moon. This new moon is in Cancer. And if you've heard anything about Cancer, you know that, a lot of the stereotypical stuff is like they're very emotional and things like that. But a new moon in Cancer, this particular one, I read it's a moon power book, and I freaking love it. I'm learning so much about this stuff as I kind of dive in deeper. The new moon in Cancer, because Cancer is associated with the past, the new moon in Cancer is all about our inner child. And so when you hear the words inner child, sometimes it's either like, oh, or it's like, ooh, I don't want to go there. And it is can be a heavy thing for some people. With new moon, and this is with any new moon invites us to go within. It is the dark side, right? And a lot of times it doesn't get a whole lot of as much credit, I guess, as a full moon would, right? But I know that I have a lot of fellow selenophiles out there, people who just love the moon. The new moon is really special because it allows us and invites us to kind of look inward and to really do a lot of really powerful healing. With that being said, this one in Cancer is about our inner child. It calls us to revisit our inner child. Our inner child is very much alive and influences your life quite a bit as you step into your adult phases. It can be a source of playfulness, of innocence, of curiosity, our ability to be present and in the moment with things in our lives. However, our inner child can be really sensitive, and it may overreact sometimes. You know, just a couple of days ago, and if you're like me, I don't know if anyone's been a little moody lately or sensitive. You might be feeling this energy of the new moon in Cancer. I know for myself, as a sensitive, I start kind of feeling it days before it actually kind of comes, and that energy can either come early or it can kind of stick around after that phase, and same goes for the full moon too. So if you found yourself, kind of like you had a moody day, or you just kind of something shifted and maybe you decided to rest all day. That was me. I was in the bed all day. I just didn't want anything to do with anybody. It was not anybody's particular fault, but I was just done. And I stayed in bed quite a long time. And it can just be that inner child can be that sensitive individual, and it might be somebody's thoughtless remark that really sends us over the edge and just can really trigger maybe even a bad memory and just make you a complete mess. So I don't know if it was only me, but if that pertains to you, if that resonates with you, you're not alone, and it may absolutely be this new moon energy that you're feeling. Especially if your moon sign is in Cancer, you might feel this a little bit more potently than others. So what you can do with this too is don't try to suppress what you're feeling. Like take the rest that you need. Emotions, feel them. Allow yourself to feel them and let them pass through. Okay. Don't let them define everything about you and make you think about it too hard. Just take the time you need, because sometimes when we try to really suppress those emotions, especially with these types with our inner child, we start to get stomach issues. We start to get migraines. And even if you're female, you may start to feel like female troubles as well. So it's really interesting, the energy of this new moon. It really invites us to look at our inner child. So with our 3-card pool, and all 3 of these cards are so different. So when I first looked at them, I was like, oh, like this is kind of crazy. But we're going with it. And if you picked card number 3, I will say, and you can kind of skip to that, I'll put timestamps for everybody too. So if you don't have all freaking day to listen to me yak about a card you did not pick, in the comments, I will put the timestamp for your specific card. Okay. So with card number 3, there was kind of an overwhelming, like, I don't know if I want to talk about this, but the cards have spoken. We're going to do it. All right. So let's start with card number 1. If you picked card number 1, first of all, the deck that I used this time was a different deck, and it is all about, it's different crystals. How fun is that? That was the one that I just kind of felt like we needed to talk about today. So Daily Crystal Inspiration is the deck that I used. Card number 1, yours is the beautiful Angel Aura Quartz. So with each of these cards, I want us to kind of put it on the lens of like our inner child, okay? So when I talk about this, and look at the words right there, it says, lighten up. I love, sometimes it's just like in your face, like, lighten up. With Angel Aura Quartz in this card, this is really, really telling you life is serious enough. Have some fun. Like, allow yourself some fun. You know, it's okay to give yourself that time. It's also telling you maybe to rise above whatever situation, work, family, whatever. Rise above it a little bit, lighten yourself up a little bit, and maybe you can gain a little bit better perspective. Kind of get out of the BS a little, and maybe that can help you just have a clearer head. And you don't need to be around all that anyway. So just take a breath for yourself and just kind of remove yourself from that. As far as your inner child goes, this is telling you, make some time for some things that make you smile and laugh, and prioritize fun this moon cycle. Okay, so let that be an intention possibly for you to do something that you love to do. Embrace your childlike curiosity, maybe. Whatever just excites you. Be silly. Okay. When's the last time that we allowed ourselves to just like be like stupid silly, you know? Carefree. Be carefree and lighthearted. Carve out some time where you can just, I don't know, dance. Like just completely dance. Think about like what little children do. They do like the weirdest things, right? The little humans do the strangest things. Allow yourself to just be a kid. And maybe that is, if you have little ones, doing a play date where you can kind of interact with them and be a kid with them. That just kind of came through for somebody, you know. You can do this with your kids, you know, laugh with them, you know. And if you don't have kids, do something that makes you laugh and just brings that bubbly energy up. Like, when's the last time you laughed until you cried, right? Think about that time there. This also might be your sign that you're working too hard, okay? This is I wish I would have picked this card. You're working too hard. You need to like calm down. It's asking you, you need a little bit of a better balance between work and play. You know what they say about, you know, all work, no play. You can't, what's the saying? You can't fill others with an empty cup. It's kind of like that, right? I don't think I'm saying that correctly. But you need a better work-life balance is what this is saying. Carve out time to just be expressive, be fun, and just fill up that childlike funness, silliness in you. So card number one, people, some questions that you can kind of ponder on. I'm kind of adding this to this reading because with this inspirational book, it came with some questions. So if you have time to do a little journaling or just think about these questions, these were the questions for you. Question number one, what does fun look like to you? So when you think about that question, what are some things that you see yourself doing? Okay, and write those down. Make it a point to do that as soon as possible. What makes you smile? Okay, and think about things that genuinely are like you time. Okay, what makes you smile? Or maybe it's spending time with people. Okay, or certain people. So it can go either way. This one I already asked you. When's the last time you laughed so hard that you cried? Or as my family calls it, the horse laugh. Like whenever you laugh so hard, you're just like, and you can't, you're not making any sound anymore, but like you just like can't breathe. Like I'm filling myself with that energy just thinking about like how I can imagine my sister laughing and like she like literally just starts crying. It makes me so happy, like just to picture her laughing so hard. And Dawn, if you're like watching this, I know you're just probably laughing hysterically right now too. Card one, people. So ending message for you. Find a reason to laugh this cycle, okay? So until the next full moon, right? Or the next new moon, right? This is your intention. Find a reason to laugh, to let loose, dance around like an idiot, okay? Watch a funny show, perhaps, or share something really funny with other people, like with your friends or your family, okay? So your mantra is, I allow myself to have fun. All right, so that's card number one. All right, card number two. These are all very, very different. And so card number two. All right, here we go. Card number two was Phantom Quartz. Ooh, sounds so spooky. Phantom Quartz is a beautiful stone. And look at the little subtitle there, Embrace Change. So Phantom Quartz, people, you may find yourself kind of in this stage in your life where there is a little bit of change, or there is going to be this change. We are in summertime. Summertime is kind of coming to a close as I shed a single tear when I think about that. So maybe it is just a change of seasons. Maybe work is going to pick up a little bit for some of you. What this is saying is whatever it is, okay, whatever change, maybe it's a move, maybe it is some sort of big change in your relationships or work, like I said, or health. I don't know, that just came through. This said to embrace it, okay? Find comfort in the uncomfortable. Make most of the change around you. And, you know, because when we think about it, change is really the only thing in life that is constant. We can bet that things are going to change, right? I'm a creature of habit. I like when things don't change very much. But this is really saying you to lean into it and lean into the inevitable, because things are going to change in your life. So this is really calling you to see whatever this change is as an opportunity, as a springboard. It is kind of getting you out of your comfort zone, and it's going to help propel you forward. I'm getting that like forward motion for you guys. It's going to help you evolve in some way. So it's going to ask of you to get rid of those labels that you have set for yourself, these boundaries that you've set for yourself, and allow you to just kind of run with it. It's saying just propel you forward, evolve, and just go with it. How you do this, though, is really what makes or breaks your journey, okay? We can sit around and we can go in circles, but we know if we don't take that step forward, okay, whatever that means for you, it is not going to change for the better. It's going to feel like you're doing this, okay? Or you're not evolving, you're not getting better. You need to just lean into this. And this is happening for a reason, okay? And this is really challenging you to look at it as, this is a part of my journey. and this can be a challenge. This might make me feel uncomfortable, or maybe you're excited about it. I don't know. But it's easier for some, right, than others. So this is telling you just to really trust the process, trust where you are. Don't be afraid of the change. The change is there to help change you, okay? So with that, some questions for you guys. I have a couple of questions. If you are a journaler, I love to journal. So if you have some time to really sit and think about these questions to kind of help you, number one, what changes are happening in your life? So maybe just sitting down and thinking, all right, well, what is it that this could be talking about? Question two, how are you responding to these shifts? How have you been thinking about these? Are they giving you anxiety? Okay, maybe there can be a little bit of a shift there. Instead of drowning in that change, perhaps stepping back a little bit and looking at, all right, step one, like, what can I do today about it? How would you ideally respond if you were living from your purpose? Okay, this is a heavy question. So, how would you ideally respond if you were living from your purpose? Living from your purpose is your authentic self. Okay, your true self, that literally vibrates higher than anything else that's in there, that does not listen to what other people are trying to scare you with. It is your firm foundation of who you are, what you know, and it's your strength. It's who you are in the core, without any of these other influences. And so what I feel like this is asking someone to do is, like, social media is having too much of like an influence on what you're doing. Okay, it's asking you to kind of quiet all of the noise, center, okay, spend some time with yourself to really think about what it is, what change, and what are the steps that you need to do in order to really lean into this. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of like, just a lot of just noise around someone, and you don't need that. That doesn't define you, okay? Seeing someone else's highlight reel too, by the way, okay, is a highlight reel. It is not compared your behind the scenes, okay? So stop comparing to, I'm hearing that, like, stop comparing yourself to like other people's video. I don't know. It's like, it's asking you to kind of cut out social media a little bit, okay? But check back here because, you know, we're fun. Okay, so Phantom Quartz, definitely a different energy than card one. It is asking you to embrace the change. Embrace the change, whatever that is. And when you are centered, when you're standing in your strength, right? You're going to be able to embrace that much better than if you're just listening to everyone's advice about it. Go inward and ask yourself first, okay? So today it's asking you to confidently address an area of your life that you have been avoiding. I just love cards like this. They just like, okay, stop avoiding it. How can you be better about this today? Okay, not what someone tells you how to be better. How can you, what works for you? Okay, what works for you? And do something about it. Okay, take charge and do something about it, either to change it, to accept it, to be your authentic self. Woo! That one was like a mom just being like, shh, 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 okay, get yourself together. Okay. I love the different energy of these cards. It's so funny, you know, but we need that. We need that, just like, you know, stop listening to everybody. You know who you are. You know who you are, okay? This is just something that's coming through. It'll pass, but it's going to help you. So, but you can't take the right steps without knowing and being centered and knowing who you are. Okay? Listen to yourself. Intuition's a big thing for you in this next cycle. Okay, card number 3. All right, here we go. So thank you, card number 2. Woo, this one was so different. Okay, and I gave a little bit of a disclaimer at the very beginning. Look at the subtitle there, okay? Let the money flow in. Mm. All right. Disclaimer. When I saw that, I got nervous. My pits started sweating. Just not a good time. I don't like to read about money, okay? For obvious reasons. I don't want anyone making these like crazy decisions based off of me. You financially, you do things at your own risk, right? Okay. But I'm going to roll with it because I feel like in this next season, it's not just about money. It carries the different energy about like abundance and like what you want. Okay. And when we're focusing like on our inner child here, it gets really interesting because as a child, you know, money isn't always on our minds, right? As an adult, it is. As a child, maybe not so much. So it's an interesting lens to really put on this card, okay? So the first thing that kind of came through was like either someone listening is saying, I have spent a lot of money and I need to save. Which who doesn't, right? It's the end of summer. We've taken a lot of trips at this point, or maybe we're about to take another trip or something like that. And we're saying like, eat, like the wallet's kind of catching on fire right now. This is saying, you know, it'll be okay. But what you're feeling is vital. It is encouraging you to save and kind of lower your spending where you don't need it. Okay. Not to say to cancel your trip, girl. Go on your trip, have fun. Okay. Do all the things and enjoy it. But let's not impulse buy everything you see on a Facebook ad. Okay. Cool. So another thing that kind of comes through with this card is you have the power to create the wealth, whatever that might mean for you, that you desire. Okay. You have the power to do that, but you have to do the work for that. Okay. You have to put in the time and the energy to pursue your goals. So this might not even be monetary. This might be some other goal that you have. This is saying it's in you to take care of that. Okay. You have the power to get what you desire. Hard work pays off, right? So this is also inviting you in this next moon cycle to really call in prosperity in your life. Okay, call it in. What I mean by that is a practice I love to do, okay, is just close your eyes and already envision yourself already achieving whatever it is that you want, okay? Whether that is being successful at a job, whether that is something else, okay? We're talking about wealth here. So maybe it's some sort of other wealth, whatever that means to you. I'm going to leave that kind of open for you to decipher for yourself, okay? But if it's something, I'm getting a lot of career things here for someone. If it is some place that you're not happy, it's saying you have a lot of power here. You kind of have power to shift that if you wanted to, okay? You don't have to go back into work and just thinking that you absolutely hate it there. You have the power to kind of shift that and shift the energy around you. It's almost like take charge. It kind of mimics actually card 2 a little bit. It's asking you to really call it in, call back your power in that situation. Maybe you felt like your power had been taken back or taken from you in a situation at work. This is asking you to call it back in because you deserve 100% to be there. You are capable, girl. Okay. You are capable, and call it back in, call in that wealth, and you deserve 100% to be there. Don't know who that was for, but there it is. Also, so money and fortune and things like that don't always look how you envision them. So this is also inviting you to be open, keep your eyes open this next moon cycle for opportunities for fortune. Okay, this does not mean to just jump into your friend's pyramid scheme that they've been trying to get you to do. No, okay? But be open for opportunities maybe to make a little money, like with something that you want or something that you love doing or something. I don't know. It's almost like a hobby or something, like make a little money off of that, okay? But keep your eyes open for new opportunities because they're going to be kind of coming through for you. This is also a big sign for you are doing it, okay? You're on the right track, okay? There might have been a little stumble here and there, but you're doing it, okay? Keep working, keep moving, keep going. Your whatever fortune is for you when you envision, and I'm thinking about the inner child here. Let's take a moment and pause. When you were a little kid and you envisioned yourself as an adult or at another stage in your life, and you were like, when I'm an adult, like I can't wait to have fun, okay? Or I can't wait to live here. I can't wait to visit. It's asking you to like, don't give up on that goal. Don't give up on that dream. Call it in, make it happen, call it in. There's going to be opportunities for you to move forward towards that happiness that you wanted as a kid. You're going to reap the rewards, okay? Whatever that means to you. So keep going. This is a very encouraging card. Keep going. Wealth and abundance is coming on in if you invite it in and if you pay attention. So a couple of questions. If you're a journaler, again, I'm telling this to every card. If you're a journaler and you love to journal, here are a couple of questions that you can either journal about or you can just think about, okay? What does abundance look like to you? When you hear the word abundance, what does that look like to you? First thing that comes to mind, jot it down. It could be, what are your financial goals? Okay. Do you want to pay off a credit card? Okay. Do you, want to make a little extra cash, like doing something that you love? Or is there a way to grow your business? I'm seeing that. Is there a way to kind of take it a step further and get your products out there? Or your services out there. I'm seeing like a consultation service of some sort for somebody. Market that a little bit better, okay? Get your services out there. What is your definition of success, okay? For yourself, what is your definition of success and how are you there already, okay? How can you take those steps to achieve that? What is something that you can do today or tomorrow that can help you take those steps? And I love this one. If you had all the money you ever wanted, what would you do? I love this because this is almost inviting that inner child back in and being like, if you had $1 million, what would you do? It's asking you to just kind of look at that again and keep that dream alive. Invite it in. Invite it in. So your mantra, card 3 people, is it says financial prosperity surrounds me. I want to change that a little bit. If the finance thing isn't hitting for you, then you can just say prosperity. Wealth and prosperity surrounds me, okay? Because wealth can be health as wealth, right? Abundance. It is like you're calling in this like really amazing season for you. And I'm excited for you because this was not the card I picked. And the card I was like some tough love for me, but that's fine. The card is spoken. I got it. This one's a great one. It's just calling in abundance for you. So keep working towards your goals, knowing that it is going to pay off. All right. So encouraging. All 3 cards, so different. And I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have any questions, if it resonated for you, I'd love to hear that, obviously. So drop into the comments, let me know, send me a message, and I would just love, love, love to hear from you. And if you have any other questions, let me know. All right. If you are interested in a personal reading, I am starting to kind of dabble in that, doing this just for you. Again, I don't like to read about health or finances really, but it kind of comes through sometimes, okay? But definitely we don't really ask, like, should I, invest in this whole thing? I don't really like to do that, okay? But anything else, okay? Just message me and we can definitely hook something up, okay? All right, y'all, have a great new moon, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.